could benefit from support via nutrition when it comes to adrenals. Okay, if you say yes to, I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to put a check mark for any and all of these that you say, oh, yeah, I've got that. And then we're going to count your check marks at the end. Okay, I have quite a bit. I've got 26. I can't count in English. I know. Okay, so, so here we go. How many check marks do you get? Do you say yes to, I struggle with fatigue. I find it hard to get out of bed in the morning. I feel stress keenly. I have trouble with moods. I struggle with mood. I have worries or anxiety quite a bit in my life. I have a muffin top. I have a tricky time through perimenopause and menopause. I have histamine issues. I have brain fog. I struggle with low energy. I have frequent requests for naps. My stamina for work or tasks is waning. It's hard for me to get through things. I am wired and tired in the evenings. Oh gosh, that's me. I struggle with exhaustion. I have migraines and headaches, especially headaches that come at the back of the head here. I have low blood pressure. I feel dizzy when I stand up. I am losing sensitivity to insulin, or I have blood sugar balance issues. You may not necessarily know that you have an insulin sensitivity issue, but you have blood sugar balancing issues. It's one of the biggest drains on your adrenals, by the way. I have an autoimmune disorder. I have salt cravings. I want salty, crunchy things. I want to eat chips all day long. That was me yesterday because I forgot to eat lunch. I have insomnia. I have dry and scaly skin. I have allergies. I have cold hands and feet. My digestion isn't working well, or I find I can pick out the salad I had last night at dinner and my poop in the morning, or you bloat after meals. I have thyroid issues. I have temple pigmentation. It's a different pigmentation in and around the temples. It's very specifically linked to adrenals. How many did you say yes to? How many check marks did you get? Wherever you're watching this, jot it down in the comments below. So I'm going to say, if you said yes to at least 3 of these, you're going to find some benefits in the Good Food Network this month. If you found 5 to 10, oh, you'll really find really good benefits in the Good Food Network. If you have more than 10 pieces that you said yes to, if you have more than 10 check marks for yourself, then go ahead and register for the Good Food Network right now, because you need it as of this morning. I'm being a bit dramatic and funny because goodness gracious, if I'm not anything but like bringing levity to things, because we need to find things funny. We need to bring back in the funny, because that actually helps alleviate some of the stress. But really, truly, these are all indicators that your adrenals have been working hard for a long time. Quite a bit in this list. Like I get it. There's 26, 27 different things I've mentioned. So that's a lot. Yeah. Do you want to know the secret though? If you said yes to any of these, it means your adrenals are working for you, not against you. If you're struggling with any of these things, they are an indication that your body is moving between these two polar, like, okay, things are really good, things are bad. Oh, okay, moving back and forth. And your body is constantly adjusting, and your body will continue to adjust and find that middle ground for you. But with these symptoms, it's an indication that instead of balancing over the course of the day like this, you're kind of doing this. So it's a little bit more rocky and tumultuous. And that is what drains the adrenals. If you have this going on for a really long time, that's part of what happens in the body. Okay. Fun. Look, now I'm really sad. No, don't be sad. Don't be sad. Okay. If you said yes to at least 5 of these things, and even like 3, I'm going to say even 3, but let's be honest, 5, at least 5. then there's a potential that your adrenals have been struggling for a long time. So this, in the picture of adrenals that have been struggling for a long time, there's a lot of different pieces contributing to the picture here, but essentially when the adrenals are letting us know through, I have histamine issues, or I have migraines all the time, or I have an autoimmune disorder, or I'm finding perimenopause and menopause transition really, really difficult. Or a fifth one could be, I have a lot of anxiety. Okay. These are all indicators your adrenals are working hard, so you get that piece. Do you know what else this tells us? It tells us that your metabolic health is off. It tells us that you have stress in the body. The more stress you have in the body, the more inflammation you have going on in the body. The more inflammation you have going on in the body, and the longer that goes on, now you also potentially have autoimmune disorder, histamine issues, chronic disease, any kind of diagnosis, blood sugar imbalance. So all of these are indicators that your adrenals are working hard and they need your assistance. Your adrenals are not tuckered out. They're not fatigued. They're tired because they're working extra, but they are working quite hard. One of the reasons your adrenals tend to work quite hard is the more stress and inflammation you have in the body, the more you actually shut down your thyroid. It's part of what happens in the stress response. You trigger that stress response time and time again, you're going to start shutting down the thyroid. Your thyroid is an organ that lives just at the base of your neck, and it does a whole lot of different things, regulating your metabolism. It is your main engine in the body. The more you trigger the stress response, the more you dampen her work. The more you dampen her work, the more you're turning off your engine. The more you turn off your main engine, now you have to go to your backup generator. What's your backup generator? Hint, it's the topic of the month. Adrenals. Yeah. We're actually going to be specifically talking about why when thyroid troubles are around, it's actually an adrenal issue, or why when you have adrenal issues, it's actually a thyroid trouble. We'll be talking about that this week if you're in the network. We'll be going a little bit deeper. So this is what happens. Long-term prodding of this stress in the body goes up and up and up. The more it goes up, the more you dampen your thyroid. The more you dampen your thyroid, now your metabolism slows down. And now your adrenals have to pick up the slack. They are that backup generator. And the more you have to work on your backup generator, the more you're climbing uphill constantly. It's not an easy route. You're climbing uphill all the time. And the more you climb uphill, you can do uphill for a bit, sure. Like imagine if you're out on your bike, or imagine you're out for a run. You can climb uphill, yeah. You see that hill coming, you're like, okay, mentally prepare yourself. That hill is going to be a bit of a climb. I'm going to be okay. Or if you're cross-country skiing or whatever, right? But you know that the hill is going to end. And then you know that as you climb the hill, then there's going to be a really nice, easy descent, you hope. And you hope it's not too steep on the other side. So it's not going to be too hard on your knees if you're like me, because your knees hurt. But you're assuming that the hill is going to stop and then you'll have a really nice, slow descent afterwards. That's not the case with adrenal stuff. Adrenal stuff, you are constantly climbing up a hill. And that's why the adrenals, that's why they call it adrenal fatigue. They're not tired and not working for you. They're just constantly working at climbing the hill. They're not getting a break. And they'll continue to do so because your body is hardwired for you to live and survive. So thanks, body. But do you know that you can, through nutrition, why I love nutrition is through nutrition, you can put in some pieces in place so you stop constantly climbing the hill. So you can actually plateau a little bit and then not be working so hard on your adrenals. There's a lot of nutrition pieces we can do, especially in adrenals. There's actually a lot of lifestyle things you can do, which is really beneficial. And that's actually the crux of everything that we're talking about in the Good Food Network this month.